Ellymentry Papercrafting. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the UK. So today I'm going to be working with the Split Cards Textures dies. Now I've used these once before on a demonstration when I used it to make a square card with a sunflower image. So today is going to be my normal A5 size card. And a completely different design altogether. Now, I just think I've got my camera not quite the right angle. Let's just moving it up slightly, just see if I can, yeah, that's better, just push that back. So let's see who's in the house. We've got Hills. Hi Hills. Hi Anne. It's been a long time since I've chatted to you, haven't I? Not been able to get on the forum the last couple of nights. How are you both? Yeah, we had a smashing evening last night. Really weird theme. We did the theme of chickens. Yeah, I know that sounds really odd, doesn't it? And we didn't get it to start with, but one of our number has recently got engaged, and so the host Marla decided that we would do chick hens as a kind of nod to a sort of warm up for a hen party, if you like. And it was really funny. We played all sorts of silly games involving chickens, and we exchanged gifts with lots of chicken themed items. So I gave them all a tin of chickpeas, you get it? And what else did I give them? Packet of chicken crisps. And I also found, which I might have one here because I had to get a pack of 6. Here we are. Chicken Christmas Christmas tree decorations. I mean, how ridiculous is that? But we had such a laugh. We really did. Really did. Oh, hi, Anika. Lovely to have you along. I think I might have seen you before. Was it on Esther's lives or something? I recognise the name, Anika. Okay, so I've just realised that the lid's been off my glue bottle, which I'm obviously going to need in a minute. So I'm just going to find something to make sure the top hasn't dried up. Let's just try it out. Yeah, we're fine to go. We're fine to go. So if I just put some water on that and keep it upside down. So while I'm using my glue in this top, I like to put a piece of wet, oh, what's this called? Kitchen roll in the bottom. Then I can rest the nib on it and it won't dry up. And then when I finish for the day, I pop the lid on. Still leave it upside down, but put that little lid on. I'll just peel that glue off. Okay, so let's get started, shall we? So I'm starting with my commonly used card base, which is a piece of A4 folded in half, scored at 5 3/4 and burnished, and that is my card blank. Okay, that's what I very often use. Now, the reason for this card, the way it started, was I wanted to use up some lovely, I've got lots of scraps of this lovely designer series paper, which sadly is now retired, but it's called Elegantly Said, and it included, you can see these are all the scraps I've got, but it had, oh, beautiful, beautiful designs, copper, silver and gold foiling on one side and then a plainer design on the other. But yeah, just absolutely gorgeous paper. And as I say, I've got lots of the full sheets, but I've also got all these scraps, and I wanted to use up the scraps. So that's how this card started. I'll just pop those out of my way. So I decided to do a few layers, and oh dear, looks like I've frozen. Oh, I wonder what's happened. Right, have I frozen for anybody else? Oh, you won't know, will you, if I'm not talking. Right, looks like I'm going again. Sorry if I confused you all there. So Hilary says it's chilly there today. I've not actually been out. It's okay indoors here, but we did have, it was quite chilly, like late afternoon. Yeah, it's not too bad at the moment. It's sunny anyway. Right, so that's the start of the card, A5 as we call it. Now, my first layer is a piece of cherry cobbler cardstock, which I cut to just 1/4 of an inch shorter than the card. So this is 8 inches and 4 inches. Now, don't get hung up on sizes when you are watching my card demonstrations, okay? You just need to, you know, get the sizes to match your card base and make it up as you go along. That's what I did today. I just made it up as I went along. So from the piece, as you can see, I gutted this. You know me, I don't like to waste card. So that piece was that piece. As you can see, I just cut the edges off just to make it up to a rounded number. And then I've used that and gutted that as well. And that's going to be another layer. So this piece of designer series paper is going to layer in that frame like so. So this is obviously 1/4 of an inch smaller than that one. So this is 7 3/4 by 3 3/4. So that's going to go there. So I'm going to put some glue all around the outside of that and stick that up. Size does matter. Yeah, we're not going to go into that, Hilary, are we? Trust you to lower the tone. Oh dear. Yeah, you have to have a laugh, don't you? Oh, we laughed so much last night at the silly games that Marla had created to do with chickens. It was really, really funny. She had us clucking like chickens and doing quizzes about chickens, and oh, it was so funny. But we also had a really lovely meal too, and a good old chinwag between us. So yeah, it was a really good night. So then I'm going to layer. This is going to be my first layer on my card, and I'm going to put it to the left hand side here and leaving the 1/8 of an inch border top, side and bottom. Oh, hello Claire, I'm so sorry I didn't see you sneak in there. Lovely to see you. We haven't had a chance to chat for ages, have we? So how was this week back at school? I know it was a bit of a shock last week, wasn't it? Was it any easier this week? Are you getting into the routine again? Life gets in the way, doesn't it ever? Okay, so that's that bit. Now I've taken this piece to fit onto my next mat, and this is 1/4 of an inch smaller than that all the way around. So whatever your measurement of this one is, you make this one 1/4 of an inch smaller. Or if you're working in centimeters, 1/2 centimeter. Okay, this is what I'm saying. You don't need to be, you know, it hasn't got to be the same size as mine. It just needs to fit the base of your card. So whichever measurement you like to work in, you just make it slightly different, slightly smaller. Okay, so that's my second piece of cardstock and DSP. Claire's the school secretary. I think she runs the school actually, don't you, Claire? So that's my second layer. On my third layer is a piece, I didn't gut this, I didn't even think of it, to be honest. I just took a piece of cardstock that I thought would be about the right size to layer up with these, and then I made this 1/4 of an inch smaller. I'll measure it if you like. It is 2 3/4 the cardstock by 5.5 by 5 3/4, sorry. So that's 5.5 by 2.5. Okay. But any size will do. You keep all those teachers in line, don't you? And you also deal with the kids, lost children with lost products, and she gets them all sorted out. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and lay this at a jaunty angle, which is a term that Anne loves. Every time I say jaunty angle, or every time I hear it, I think of you, Anne. I think I'm going to lay it this way, just, you know, don't really think about it too much, just at a nice angle. Margaret, yeah. Okay, and then this one is going to go at another jaunty angle in the opposite direction. I'm not going to stick this one down yet, because my next trick, for my next trick, I'm going to show you what I've done with the split card textures dies. Now, last time I did the demonstration, I think I used this one. But today I'm going to use this one like a grid pattern. So Claire says, you'll be proud of me, Ellie. I am trying to work in inches today. Well done, Claire. Well done. You know, I know what a challenge it is, because when I try and work in centimetres, I can do it. I can do the measuring, but I can't visualise centimetres, whereas I can visualise them with this. Okay, so what I've done in advance is I've used the die to cut this out. Let me just show you the die so you can see. I mean, it's pretty obvious what I've done, but you might want me to show you. So I just cut it out of, I just took a scrap of the cherry cobbler again, and I cut it out of there. Now, this is when I stopped, because I haven't like thought any further than that. I kind of like thought, I don't know what I'm going to do next. I don't know how I'm going to do this. So I went off and had my lunch. It's the Elegantly Said Designer Series paper, Nika. Unfortunately, it's retired now, but I've just got a lot of it left, and I wanted to get it used up. So hence why I'm using so much of it today. But, you know, whatever designer series paper you have. Right, so I want to layer this onto here. But as you can see, my design is larger than my panel. So I'm going to have to cut it off at some stage. So what I thought I would do, or I'm just thinking I'll do, if I cut this the same width as that card, and then we'll decide what to do with it afterwards. Do you think that's a good plan? So if I bring my trimmer in, actually thinking about it, this might not be a good idea, because the trimmer blade might catch on these bits. So I think I might have to use a guillotine. I think I might get my small one in here. Let's just bring that over. Oh, that pulled a muscle trying to stop myself from dropping it. So where's my other piece of Oh, okay. Okay, who's hidden? Oh, found it. So this is 2 3/4. So that's what I want to make this. I very rarely use this guillotine, so. And can you see, it's got centimetres across there. There were no inches. So I photocopied a ruler in inches and stuck it on there. Oh, where there's a will, girls, where there's a will, there's a way. Right, so 2 3/4 inches. Okay. Hi, Glenna. It's so good to see you. Thank you very much for joining us. So Glenna's in the USA, everybody. So she's on a completely different time zone to us. Oh, I know. They are fabulous, these dies, aren't they? So it's going to go on there. So I'm thinking, do I come in a little bit and show a part of this? Or do I put it level up like so? Slightly at an angle. I think, yeah, do you know what? I think I'm gonna, yeah, I think if I do it like that, then I've got a little bit of a border here. If I, yeah, do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna take an edge. Should I take an edge off? It's gonna be a bit dicey, but I might take an edge off here to get it to the same width. Let's live dangerously, shall we? Oh, I might ruin the whole thing now. Who's nervous? Ooh, you have to be brave when you do a live. Kay. Hello, Kay. How wonderful to have you here. How are you feeling? So anybody that doesn't know, Kay has had Kay has been very poorly. So she's had you know, a huge break from Stampin' Up. So I'm really so pleased to see you. Wow, look at that. It's spot on. Spot on. So all I've got to do now is glue it on. Easier said than done. All I'm going to do is put glue on the large part here and down the sides. Obviously, I'm not going to go on this grid. Right, I'm going to leave the larger border top and bottom. It's the only way I can deal with it. Whew. Wow, I've done it. Look, I've done it. Funny, isn't it, how you can, when you're on the spot, you can actually go for it and make the decision. Whereas when you're sat here on your own thinking, oh, I don't know, shall I do it? Shall I? I don't know. And you put it off and then you come to the point of no return and you have to do it. Doing it alive is quite brave. Yep. So let's line that up at the bottom there and at the side. And doing it. So Kay says, oh, it's great to be here and I'm laying down to relieve the pressure of the wound. Yeah, it's going to take you a while, but you know, I really appreciate that, you know, you find the time and you know, the inclination and the will to be here, you know, and I appreciate that. Thank you. So then that's our, did I put glue on the bottom? Yeah, I did. Okay, so even though there's no glue on these bits behind, it's quite secure because it's glued all the way round. I'm quite happy with that. And I think that looks really sweet, the way the pattern's showing through. So I'm holding it up a bit to see if you can see this a bit better. Hi Naveen, how are you? Haven't seen you for a while. So my video has taken a long time to catch up with the live, so that's why I'm waiting to see that you can see this okay. I'll just move it that way a bit. Oh, it's still very much delayed. Is that okay? Yeah, okay. So that's going to go, I think, probably around about there, or shall I move it up a bit, down a bit? I think we go like that. I want to put quite a bit over there to take the blankness off of that. Yeah, I'm going to do that at quite a sharp angle. Now, when you place something and then you pick it up to glue it, sometimes you forget where you were going to put it, all right? So the way I deal with it is I find something that I can leave there. So I know I want the top point to be a little way across from there. And then I'll find something else with a point on. So we'll take the pen and I'm going to put that point level with, level with that. That's how I help myself. Thank you for all your positive comments, girls. So has anybody else been crafting today? So there, I've managed to get that where I thought I would like it. Now, because I'm on 3 different layers here, this is going to take a little bit of time to completely stick to the thing. So I'm going to put that heavy weight on it to help it to all glue down. Right, so my video seems to have caught up with me now. Have I missed anything here? You're all saying hello to each other. Good. Okay. Now then, from here on, I kind of like, I haven't really got anything planned, but while I was having some lunch, I did think this might work, and it's an image I've stamped from Eden's Garden using soft succulent, and then I actually used a cotton bud. I inked it up and I used a cotton bud to remove the ink from the berries. And then I coloured the berries in on the stamp with a Stampin' Write marker to give that effect. Now, I don't know if this is going to work, but I just wanted something on my card, a focal point. So that could go there. Oh, yeah, actually, it doesn't look bad there. Or it could go down here. No, I don't like it down there. So it could go down there, but I need something to tie it all in together. If I just plonk that there, I don't think it's going to look, I don't think it's going to look right. I've got a scrap of this. Yeah, that could. Right. Just bear with me, girls. So if I took a piece of Kay says she wishes she could craft, but she can't sit long enough. No, don't push yourself, Kay. Anika says she did a wee bit die cutting, prepping a card. Hilary says, I thought you said you did a wee. Oh dear. Okay, yeah. Right, let's see what we got here. So that's not long enough. That's right. Plan is to cut this down a little bit, put a layer of that on, So that gives another contrast across the card to pop that on top. Do you reckon that's a good idea? That's what I'm going to try. So let's just, I'm tidying up a little bit. And I'm going to bring my trimmer in. This is, what did I call this? Trixie trim, wasn't it? I think. Trixie. So let's go for, I don't know whether 1.25 inches I think might be a good mark. I'll do it from this side. So 1.25 inches. Let's see what that looks like. Do you know, it looks bigger at one end than the other. Right, okay, this cut piece of card isn't, I don't know what I've done with this. It's not right, is it? I think we're gonna have to go down to 1 inch. I don't know what I did there, unless it just wasn't a straight piece of cardstock in the first place. Go for it, Ellie, says Anne. Oh dear. Right, so if I pop that across there, that links everything in together. Then if I put a piece of this slightly narrower and then that, I think that's going to be it, girls. So if I move this, oh, so Nika, you've been through it as well. Well, it's nice to hear that you're getting back into the swing of things. So Kay's got a long way to go and a lot to aim for, but you know, she's already got, you know, you've already come a long way, Kay, you know, from where you were. You've done really, really well. You've had such a positive attitude and just, you know, really, really want to get there, so you will. So I'm just smoothing down the edges. I find when I use the trimmer to cut anything, it's just the nature of the tool, because it presses down into a groove. Your card gets pushed down and it makes a little like groove on the edge, but just smooth it out with the end of your bone tool and you'll smooth it all off. So if we pop that across there, I will stick it down and then cut it off. That's usually a good way to go. So tweezers. I didn't actually know if I'd make it today because even before I went out last night, I was so tired. I was yawning all afternoon and I thought, how am I going to go out and sit and laugh all evening with my girlfriends, because I'm already feeling pretty knackered. But it's surprising when you get there and get into the swing and start having a good laugh with people, how you can get over it, isn't it, that tiredness. Keep getting little air bubbles under this mat. So if I pop that across there, let's bring back in my image. Yeah, I think that's going to look good there. Okay, so how am I going to remember that that's going to go there? So if I get the ruler underneath, oh, but that's not right, is it? Oh, gosh. Yeah, so I know where it's going now. Oh, I was trying to get that up and it's not stuck down. I think I might be better off using some double-sided tape here. My hand's fine now. Look, it's completely gone. No pain at all, no marks. It's great. Thank you for asking. Yeah, it was pretty, oh, really sore that first few days. But, and I used witch hazel on the bruising, so it went down fairly quickly. So yeah, didn't come to, you know, thankfully no permanent damage. Oh, have a nice time with your grandchildren, Anika, and thanks again for coming along. So let's do my little trick of taking some of the backing off each side. So Glenna, what kind of time is it for you there? Let me guess before you tell me. Is it 9 o'clock in the morning? Or 10 o'clock? I don't even know where you are. I only know you're in the States. I expect you've told me before, but I can't remember. I've got a little mark there, which I think might be off my nail varnish. I'm not sure. But I'm going to pop that over there, so it's not going to matter. Oh, this has actually worked out okay. Scissors. $10 a.m. Look at that, Glenna. God, I'm brilliant, aren't I? Toronto. Oh, that's not the States, is it? That's Canada. Sorry, I got that wrong. Okay, so here we are. And then that's going to go there. I reckon I might actually twist that. I was wondering if the long side would look good against there, but I actually wanted that up in there. Wanted it on the center of the band. Yeah, I'm just going to do it like that. I was just thinking through my mind whether to put some 3D on the back of that, but it's already quite built up, so I'm going to leave it as it is. So what I've just done here is what was I saying? I've forgotten now. I stopped to read a comment, and what I was going to say has gone right out of my mind. Yeah. So when I was first looking at this and thinking I needed something to go across there to tie it all together, in my mind I was thinking I need ribbon. I need some ribbon to do this. So what I've done is just used what I've got to tie in. So I've used the idea of ribbon, but I've kind of made my own ribbon from cardstock and designer series paper. And that's what you need to do when you're card making. If you haven't got something that you think you need to go on to, just, you know, make do with what you've got. Make your own ribbon, make a representative for the ribbon. So I'm thinking this might need sort of some dots or something somewhere. And I'm wondering whether, because this is actually the pearlized enamel effects in black, it says black, but it's actually this kind of colour. So I'm going to go for this. Now, somebody told me when you use this, if you turn it upside down and go 3 times, knock 3 times and ask for Joe, it works better. Oh, so I'll start down here, I think. And I think we'll go It's good. I'm glad I spotted those while I was talking, because I hadn't actually thought of this before I started putting these dots on, but they'll look okay. And then we'll go for 3 here. I have to admit that it is quite difficult to get these the same size. These are not too bad, and those are not too bad, but that one is definitely bigger. And I have also been told that if you flick it from the bottom like so, it rounds off nice and easily. But I found these actually round off okay as it is. Sorry, I've not been looking at the comments. Oh, Sandra, hello. Thank you for joining us. I don't think I've seen you here before. You're in Canada as well. And it's, only 7 o'clock in the morning. Wow, thanks for joining us at that time of the morning. Okay, so I think we'll finish off. I'm going to do 3 more dots here, just so that we've got like a triangle of dots. These are so easy to use. Beautiful. Really like those. They come in a pack of 3. So you've got the red, white and black, or it is actually, what's this? Basic grey. Does anybody else laugh when you say a packet of 3? I'm not going to say any more. If you're my age or older, you'll know. Okay, I think that's going as far as it's gone as far as it's going. What do you think? I think that's complete. Yeah, we could add a greeting, but at the moment I don't know what I'm going to use this card for. If I do put a greeting, I think it will probably go here on a piece of Very Vanilla. I might not have said that I used Very Vanilla cardstock to begin. Oh, you have been here before, Sandra. I am very, very sorry that I missed that, because it is difficult to see the remarks every time and remember everybody. I'm going to hold this up nearer to the camera so that hopefully you can see it a bit better. So it's a bit too near, isn't it? You can't see all of it. A variation of dottage, yes. To anybody who doesn't know Glenna absolutely loves what we call dottage, and that's many of our stamp sets contain a little bit of, there's one here, an image that's got tiny little flecks and dots, etc. And Glenna just loves, we call it dottage. Glenna loves it. Whatever she makes has got to have dottage. But this has a different kind of dottage. Thank you very much, Valerie. Thank you, Hills. I'm glad you all like it. Cheers, Anne. It's love. Yeah, says Anne. It's love. And I love you all. As always, I do really thank you all for coming along to watch me and supporting me. I am only 12 subscribers away from 1,000. So I'm really excited. And I'm going to do a short video soon advertising a free stamp set I'm going to give away when I get to 1,000, and how to be in the draw. So as usual, I'm going to add a link to the current digital downloadable catalogues in the description box below, where there will also be a link to my online store where you can purchase anything from those catalogues. Oh, Anne, thank you for reminding everybody to give me a thumbs up. I think actually you might have already got them there. There's 10 there. Brilliant. Thanks, Levine. And Glenna says, oh, the dottage hides her smudges. Oh, do you know, we all get those, but I didn't do any stamping today, so I didn't get any smudges. Well, that stamping I did off camera, didn't I? Anyway, thanks again, everybody. Bye-bye for now.